What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Baada Summit podcast. I'm your host, Kiprono Latin, and this is our first episode. So today we have three great guests. These people are like some serious mountaineers. I'll just say it right now, they're 7,000ers. If you don't know what 7,000er means, they just came from summiting a 7,000 meter mountain, and that's why they're here today. So I shall start by introducing Hetal.
Hello.
We have Pesky.
Good afternoon.
And Neel.
What's up, guys?
So I know Hetal from, I think we followed each other on IG for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then I saw like a picture you posted. It was like cryptic. You didn't exactly say where you are. But I knew you're going to climb like some high mountain in Nepal.
Yes.
And then you revealed after summiting. And then,
Yeah. Do you want to get hopes high?
Oh, it was for that? You didn't tell anyone?
Yeah, because I didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how we knew each other from IG. Then I know Pesky because I know his Bootstrap Adventures company.
Yes,
We also follow each other for a bit.
definitely.
And Neel.
Silent killer.
Neel.
Completely.
Yeah, I just met today. It was nice to see you.
Nice to meet you as well.
It's nice to see summiters. This is just a Baada Summit podcast.
Thank you for having us here.
So, like, before we go to like this mountain talk and everything, maybe you could just give us like a short intro, like a background about yourselves.
Okay.
So, Hetal.
This time. I'm Hetal. I'm an investment banker by profession. And I've been hiking for over 15, 20 years now. But now I've started going a bit more into mountaineering. Yeah, that's me.
Hi, my name is Hemal Haria, better known as Pesky as well. I'm a mountaineer, been doing a lot of hikes for 25 plus years now. I'm an accountant, stroke financial consultant, and also co-founder of Bootstrap Adventures.
Hi, my name is Neel. I'm a property manager by profession. I've been hiking since school, got into mountaineering from President's Award Scheme from school. And since then, I've just been obsessed with mountaineering and just been climbing a lot of mountains.
Wow, that's a lot of experience. 2025. Then
And I think 15.
15.
Yeah,
Oh my.
from the age of 15 to now. Yeah.
That's amazing. Here's a proper. I started my first hike like 2013, so that's 9 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you've been doing double summits, triple summits.
Oh, yeah. Since
Yeah.
then, yeah.
So that's great.
Something you're used to, maybe.
Sorry?
Something you're used to.
No,
No?
never done that.
Okay. What was your first hike?
First hike. Wow. It's a hard question. Must be Mount Longonot.
Okay.
Yeah, this was years ago. This was actually the first hike was probably in primary school, but weren't an active hiker then. Yeah, that was.
Same with you, Mount Longonot?
Mine was Mount Kenya, actually.
Mount Kenya.
Yeah,
To the top.
to Lenana.
To Lenana.
Yeah.
My goodness. No prep hikes.
No, direct.
Wow.
And then followed by obviously President's Award, so where we ended up in Gong for our pre-bronze expedition,
Yeah.
and managed to then carry on to bigger things.
Wow, exactly. Bigger things. What was your first hike?
First hike was President's Award Scheme, Machakos. Machakos, there were so many hills over there we did. And then after that, Mount Longonot. And for gold, President's Award Gold Scheme, that took us to Mount Kenya. Did Mount Kenya for the first time summit I did. And then from there on, I've done many more.
Oh, I'm really glad to have you as my first guest.
Thank you. We're glad too. It's nice.
So you're all friends, right?
Yeah, all
Met
friends.
on the mountains.
More or less, yes. More, yeah. Got to know each other more on the mountains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how did you
But-
get from? Okay, I just go because I really want to know about this 7,000 meters. So the mountain you climbed was Himlung Himal.
Himal, yeah.
And it's 7,000.
7,126 meters.
Wow. And how do you prep for that?
Wow, actually, COVID delayed the trip by 2 years. So the usual, we were pretty much, cycling was there, running was there, swimming was there, some day hikes, Mount Kenya,
Rock climbing.
pretty much the same stuff we do right now.
Yeah.
And would you say you've done, of course, okay, let me go through let's see your mountain bio. So Mount Kenya, Lenana Peak.
So Mount Kenya, up to the top, Batian,
Of course.
Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Ruwenzori. We've done EBC, Gokuri, Kalapathar, Island Peak, Chola Pass, and now Himlung Himal.
Wow. And Island Peak is 6,000 meters. So
Yeah, 6,189 meters.
6,189. So yours is the same?
No,
Ruwenzori?
mine is a bit different. For Mount Kenya, just till Lenana, I've not been able to do till Batian because I'm a bit like new to rock climbing, still need to get used to it. And then I'll be able to hopefully do Batian. Then I've done Kilimanjaro, Ruwenzori, and in India, in Ladakh, it's called Stokkangi. It's 6,150 meters. But from 2019, they have closed the mountain due to a lot of pollution by the tourists, by the climbers and tourists who go there. So the mountain is indefinitely closed. Then after that, did Himlung Himal.
Wow. Super experience. So would you consider yourself like a hiker or mountaineer?
Wow, that's actually a tough question because, to be honest, I could call myself a mountaineer, but then it's the Sherpas who even assist a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know where to. Personally, I don't know where I stand. Yeah, maybe they can.
Difficult to differentiate.
Yeah.
I can call myself a hiker. Like she correctly said, the team out there who actually do the hard work really ensure a lot of things, and they are the real heroes of ensuring that you summit or you're okay up to wherever you reach.
Yeah.
So they are the true mountain gods or mountaineers
do without
or
them.
whatever you call. You cannot
can't
do
do.
without them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
But like coming back to like Mount Kenya, like summiting Batian, that is quite a feat.
thanks. Yeah, it was.
Like honestly, like
Yeah.
out of, I think I don't know about the statistic. I may be wrong. Out of like say 10,000 people that climb Mount Kenya in a year, only let's say 50 do Batian.
Probably.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah, we don't know much because, see, as Kenyans, there are not many Kenyans who've climbed Batian, right?
Yeah.
And now at least Kenyans are attempting it.
Yeah.
But if you look at probably the other community, like the other climbers, the expats and all those, they've climbed Batian various times.
Yeah.
There are many who've climbed Batian, but for Kenyans, it's still fresh and new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
you attempted twice, summited
yeah,
once.
yes.
So what made you go back like after the first attempt?
Well, so the first attempt was through the North Face route,
Yeah.
which is normally attempted around August, September, October.
Yeah.
But I think, and it's a harder one, definitely. It's harder than the other
The
one.
North Face.
Yeah, North Face is definitely harder because that one you go straight up to Batian and there's a lot more pitches.
Yeah.
And
Start at Shiptons. Yes.
yes, you start at Shiptons, you walk to the base of Batian and then start climbing. So that definitely is the harder one. And I think we were about 100 meters away from the summit, but those 100 meters would have taken us probably another hour and a half. And time was a factor, weather was changing. And I mean, we could have pushed it if we wanted to. But then, you just listen to the guide. The guide is like, no, the weather can flip anytime. You don't want to be stuck up there on Batian. I mean, you don't want to stay the night up there without any other gear. We didn't have sleeping bags or nothing on us. So then we just decided, we took the hardest call. Yeah, it was terrible. It was really, really sad. I mean, I'm sure
I never want to hear that. Oh, it's time to talk
Yeah.
about that.
it was so bad. I almost had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But safety is key.
Yeah.
I mean,
Safety is key, yeah.
you respect the mountain, you respect the guide, their decision. They've been there. They are professionals.
Yeah.
They know what happens, what to do, when to do it, and when to take a call. So, I mean, at the end of it, safety is key, and you respect their decision. So we had to take a call and turn back.
What was the turnaround time?
3?
We turned back at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because again, you don't want to be abseiling all that at night.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. It's
Yeah.
quite dangerous. So yeah, we took a call and we started descending.
To be honest, the first attempt was actually an impulsive decision we made, where he made.
Let's go climb Batian.
Yeah, because we went to the mountain in June, and we just walked around the peaks and all that. And then we summited Lenana at that point as well, and like looking at Nelian, Batian, I'm like, okay, this looks very, very inviting. And then randomly he just called the guide and he said, okay, you know what, we want to do Batian. And then I think he confirmed everything.
The same trip.
No.
Oh,
This was probably a month later, right? And then he called me and he's like, oh, okay, I've called the guide and I've said we're doing Batian. I was like, what? Do I have a choice? And then again, impulsive, yes, let's just do it.
How does one get comfortable, let's say, because of like the drops, the exposure?
Again, the more you climb,
Yeah.
the more comfortable you become. So you carry on doing regular rock climbing, go climb
Blue
to
sky.
different rocks, keep going to the mountain, and you start getting comfortable.
Just feel at home.
Okay, so that was the first attempt.
Yeah.
That was June of 20.
No, that was in September, right?
September.
Yeah.
2020.
June is when we went to just
Okay.
trek, yeah.
Okay.
And then we decided later.
And the second attempt was
February last year.
2021.
Yeah. Yes.
From the
Now that was the southeast. What's it called? Southeast. Yeah.
starting point Austrian has.
Yes.
No, so yeah. So basically, you go up to Mackinder's,
Yeah.
and then all the way up to Austrian Hut. You sleep the night there, and then from Austrian Hut you move on to base of Nelian. So the first peak that you reach is Nelian. From there you go down to Gate of Mist. Cross up. Now that's where there was a bit of ice. So there you need crampons and stuff. And then the final last few pitches to Batian.
So like the second attempt, how many were you?
Just 2 of us.
2 of us.
Plus a guide, climbing guide.
2 guides.
2 climbing
Yeah,
guides.
we took 2 separate climbing guides because then it's really taxing on the guide as well.
Yeah.
For him to belay 2 people.
Yeah.
It's very strenuous. And even time is a big factor, right?
Yeah.
So then we just said we'll just take 2 separate climbing guides. So I climb with mine, he climbs with his.
How would you like arrange yourselves? Is it like the guide first, then
Yeah.
you two, then the guide?
So the guide leads
Yeah.
every pitch. He leads. He goes to the safety point where he places his anchor and all. And then obviously once he's secure, he belays me.
Yeah.
So and I clean along the way, like I clean up the safeties that he's placed.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the cams and whatever he's placed along the way. So I clean it up. I take it to him.
Yeah.
And then I give it to him. And then again, the whole process goes, I feed him, I belay him.
Yeah.
And then he climbs up.
So you go 2 at a time. Say, let's say you and your guide, and then
So first the guide, then
Yeah.
me, and then they come in after.
As soon as she's finished her clean up to the safety,
Yeah.
to the anchor,
yeah.
the guide starts.
Oh,
My guide
okay.
starts,
Okay.
and then I follow.
Okay. So that's like a good pace. And how long does it take, like from, let's say, the base to, let's say, to get to Nelion?
About 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah, we started about 6. Yeah, about 5 hours.
And I hear crossing Gate of Mist is
Yeah,
it's quite hard.
It is. It's quite tricky.
It is tricky.
What's tricky about it?
So it's a drop
Yeah,
from Nelion,
yeah.
and so you abseil a bit, then you go up the ice, where you have to wear crampons. Once you've crossed that bit, again, the weather changes quickly. It's quite windy.
So as it says, Gate of Mist.
Gate of
There's always
Mist.
mist there. Yeah, so it's quite cold.
And it's like a short section, but it's
Looks short, but feels long.
so you get to
Yeah.
Nelion 5 hours crossing the Gate of Mist. How long does it take?
About an hour or less.
It took
About
us
an hour.
just slightly more than half an hour, but definitely on the higher side, 1 hour.
And then you summit Batian, so like
And
that's
then,
7 hours.
yeah. So after crossing the Gate of Mist, there's another 2-3 pitches up to Batian. So yeah, and then you climb again to Batian, and then that's it.
Wow.
That's Batian. Yeah.
What's the feeling like? Are you relieved or is it?
Yeah. I mean, excited because
Yeah.
now you're on top of on Kenya, like on the
Yeah.
highest point of Kenya. So it was just excitement, happiness.
Yeah.
I wanted to cry, but I was alone at that point. I was like, if my guide sees me cry, what will he think of me?
Yeah.
He'll just laugh at me. So I did shed a tear, but it was behind my sunglasses, so it was fine. And I was alone.
I've had people like doing it or attempting it. They'll be like, I don't want to do it again.
Really?
Would you do it again?
Yeah, North Face is pending.
Oh, okay.
To go and finish it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do it.
So
In a
that's
heartbeat.
that's the story. You haven't climbed Batian, yes?
No, I haven't.
And do you have any plans?
I really need to get my rock climbing skills up. Like, I'm an amateur at rock
Yeah.
climbing, so I need to train a lot. Like these guys, from what I hear, they trained
Yeah.
every weekend. They used to go to Lukenya, Hell's Gate, climb different routes, do rock climbing. So I'd need to do that. So let's see, maybe in the future, yeah.
Because I really want to do Batian. It's just I have to get comfortable rock climbing. I've done
Yeah.
Kenya once, and I was like, oh, so this is rock climbing, okay.
But just go for it. Sometimes you even just learn on the job. Yeah, whilst you're climbing, you just start feeling better, like
Yeah.
comfortable.
And do you like do weight training, gymming?
I don't. I just
Personally, I'm not a fan of gyms, so
Yeah.
no, I don't do any weightlifting or any workouts in the gym.
Because your backpack, you have to carry a lot.
no, not necessarily. Like you just carry whatever you need in terms of snacks.
Yeah.
This is Batian, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just carry that, and then what else? Just water, juice, things like just the normal stuff.
Okay.
We didn't carry sleeping bags because we didn't have a plan to sleep
sleep
up
at.
at Nelion. There's no plan. So then we said, whatever come may, we'll just come down. Yeah.
And then everyone has done Ruwenzori.
Yes.
I did Ruwenzori end of last year.
Oh, nice.
And for me, okay, in East Africa minus Batian, I think that's like the hardest.
Yeah.
Same, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like for me, the hardest was Ruwenzori
Yeah.
from all the mountains in East Africa, just because of the steepness of the glacier.
Yeah.
You have to use your pickaxe,
Yeah.
the
Crampons.
crossing the glacier and crampons.
Yeah.
And then, it's not
The
fixed rope.
technical
The
part.
guide is fixing the rope while you're going. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
safety standards are a bit low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did Margarita Peak and any other?
Just Margarita. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Margarita.
Yeah, yeah.
I went, I had a plan to do 4 peaks.
Oh,
And then I did Mount Speak.
oh, nice.
That was a tough climb.
How was that?
It's really hard. The weather was bad. It
Oh.
rained. The slippery rocks.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I had a hard time. So then after that, I'm like, do I really want to do all these? Then I had to do Margarita because that's the
course.
highest point.
Of course.
Yeah. So
What about Baker?
Baker, yeah, I had planned to do Baker. I went with a friend of mine. So she was like set to do all 4. But after Speak, I was like, I only had the energy just to do, Margarita.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. At least still good.
Well done.
Yeah, that's
That's a
amazing.
good achievement.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But you did, how long ago?
I did in 2015 December.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Were you in the same?
No,
No.
I did it in 2017,
Yeah, okay.
July, I think. Yeah.
Ah, proper hikers. Because like after doing that and then descending for me, especially when the rock is slippery,
Yeah,
yeah, it's quite hard.
it's very hard. It
But-
is
but it's really beautiful there.
amazing. It's so raw yet
Yeah.
compared to Mount Kenya and Kilimanjaro.
Yeah,
Ruwenzori is so raw, so it's nice.
It's untouched.
it is really.
Yeah, it's
and
so
the weather
nice.
clears up and everything.
Yeah, but the impressive bit was walking in gumboots. That
That was
the
a fun,
bit.
yeah.
for most of the days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Was the weather good? Like raining and everything?
It was good actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. But obviously it's a tropical forest, right?
Yeah.
So every day at noon it used to rain
Yeah.
Yeah.
up to for about 2.5 hours.
And then Kili, of course, just a nice hike up.
Yeah.
Kili is nice. In fact, Mount Meru is harder.
Yeah,
I
Mount
feel-
Mary is very steep.
Yeah, it's so steep.
Yeah.
It's so steep. But yeah.
So like when you're doing like the earlier mountains, did you have plans to do, let's say, higher mountains then, or are you doing for fun?
For me personally, I think somehow after every mountain I did something kept popping up.
Yeah.
It was never a plan. So as in how it popped up, just booked it.
Yeah.
Just went for it.
And like how is like your philosophy in climbing? Like, do you have to summit or do you go for the views?
Take each day as it comes.
Yeah.
See
Yeah,
how
just-
far you go, how you're feeling, and yeah.
Just reach the next camp safe and sound,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. From there,
Fair.
see what happens the next day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in the back of the head, yeah, you want to summit, but then you can't control nature. Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I know, like I usually say, Chamu Himu ni summit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guys
Yep.
are like, not really.
Yeah, I mean, the back of your head, you want to.
Yeah. For
Everybody wants to. But yeah.
Because still, if let's say like, have you ever had other than Batian, do you like for some reason not summit a mountain?
Touchwood not.
No.
Not yet.
Touchwood not.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
not yet. Yeah.
Same here.
Ah, so you guys are Chamuhimu ni summit.
Basically.
Trying to.
Yeah. Even this one, the one we did, Himlung,
Yeah.
at some point I thought we'll be told, okay, turn back. Because, I mean, the guides were talking amongst themselves and I was
Yeah.
like, what are they saying? What are they saying? And then you just see the guide remove one of his ropes and like, oh, we're actually heading for the summit.
So like Himlung, like initially you wanted to do it when?
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
And then at this time you've done like a 6,000 meter before.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
So now you're like, I want to do a 7,000 meter. So how did you choose this mountain?
So, actually, after Island Peak, I think we settled, and then a bright idea said, "Yeah, let's try and look for a 7,000 meter peak." The options were Tilicho or Himlung, and
Tilicho is in
Nepal.
Nepal as well. A bit more technical, and we were given options, descriptions of what both peaks are like, and we opted for Himlung.
and like did everyone agree, oh let's do it together, or how
No,
is it?
so before Himlung, actually, I'd already looked for another 7,000 and
Yeah.
in Pakistan,
Yeah.
Spantic. It's
Okay.
called Spantic. And then, we do, to be honest, I don't know. Probably it's because we've never been to Pakistan. We don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I mean, whichever country you go to, you don't know what to expect. And then, like, okay, 7,000 meters. I think Nepal, we know what to expect,
Yeah.
sort of a thing. Like, how the guides operate, how everything works around there. And then, yeah, we came to Nepal. And then, I don't know, how did we agree on Himlung?
think it was just a more suitable climb. A group was formed. So
Just asked around.
three of us from here, four of us actually from Kenya. One lady as well,
From England.
ex-Kenyan. She is still Kenyan, but she has settled in UK. And one guy unfortunately had to back out. So at the end, it was four of us who decided, and we went for it.
So you wanted to do 2020 and then COVID and all this.
Yeah, we were literally a week away from traveling. So we've done everything. We've booked our flights. Everything was sorted. We just needed to pack our bags. We've done all the shopping, like of all the small items. And then Nepal Nepal released a travel ban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2020, you got the opportunity.
So
2022 rather.
no, so every season that opened up,
Yeah.
We tried.
We tried.
Last year also.
Has anything been removed? Have they eased off on the requirements? We were told, don't rush, wait, because again, cases, they opened it up for a bit. They had a spike in numbers. They closed it down. So we said we'll wait, and 2022 worked out.
And like, how did you train?
So training was swimming, cycling, and running. So every weekend, either cycling or running. Running, normally go to Karura or Sigiriya, do 10 km, 15 kms. Swimming, I was doing every day in the mornings, or even twice or thrice in a week if you can. And cycling, I was going with the bicycle adventures. Normally they have these cycling tours, yeah.
Yeah.
So with them, and it was fun. You get to see more of Kenya while cycling. So it was
Swimming and cycling and running.
great. Yeah.
And hiking. What about like, how do you train for altitude wise?
Wow.
Were you concerned about altitude sickness? Have you ever got altitude sickness?
Again, thankfully not.
No. Wow.
I've been okay, thankfully,
Okay.
through and through. Yeah. I've been okay.
I guess over time you get to know your body better.
Yeah.
You become wiser. You keep rehydrated. You eat well. You try and sleep. So I think altitude wise, I have been okay as well.
Yeah.
No issues as such.
Yeah.
And the usual hikes, the day hikes to Elephant Hill, Ebades, Kijabe, Mount Kenya. And
So
then
like 1 month before the trip, what hikes did you do?
None.
None.
I just made 2 weeks before the trip. I just went for a weekend, just up to Shipton's, just on a weekend,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Oh, wow. So you guys are really confident about your bodies, yourself.
Yeah.
Also, you've never suffered altitude sickness?
I have just like minor headaches,
Yeah.
but that is it. Nothing more extreme than that.
Nausea.
Yeah. No nausea.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I've been lucky that way. But yeah, you still need to take care of your body on the mountain, because the mountain doesn't joke around.
Oh, so all the training, running, cycling, swimming. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start swimming.
Yeah.
Swimming is actually good for your lungs, so
Yeah.
it helps a lot, swimming.
And then now you decide now to climb. What gear do you need like for Himlung? Because it's a big mountain.
It is. So obviously for the main summit night, actually, for Himlung, it's an expedition. It's not
Yeah.
just a trek or
Yeah.
climb. It's an expedition. So like how Everest is an expedition,
Yeah.
Himlung follows same suit.
Yeah.
So
How many days?
well, it took
25.
25 days.
So like
up and down.
the 6,000 meter peak is considered as a normal trekking peak.
Yeah.
And anything, I'm not too sure of what's the cutoff of the height, but Himlung was classified as an expedition peak.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not too technical.
What, Himlung?
Yeah.
They classify it as a semi-technical climb.
Okay.
But I think eventually it will become technical from what we saw.
Yeah.
Because it's considered as one of the safe mountains.
Yeah.
But when we went, it's just lots and lots of crevasses along the way. Yeah, in fact, some crevasses probably even needed ladders to cross, but obviously we didn't have because it wasn't expected.
Yeah.
So you just jump over crevasses.
So like going from Kenya, like what stuff did you carry from here?
Just a basic,
Yeah.
your hiking boots,
Yeah.
your warm gear, your thermals, your socks, your day pack,
Yeah.
and then
Energy bars.
Balaclava,
Yeah.
ski goggles.
the
Actually,
specific Cat 4 sunglasses,
Yeah,
because
those are really
the glare,
Okay.
you want to try and avoid snow blindness.
Yeah.
Any personal medication that you would probably need. That was about it.
protein bars, chocolates.
Yeah. And you had a summit suit, a down suit.
So what happens generally is we all decided. We looked
Yeah.
around. Our colleague in UK, her name is Sita.
Yeah.
She looked around there, and the prices are
Ridiculous.
ridiculously
In Nepal.
high.
No. To buy
Just
buy the
buy,
down
down-
suits.
Yeah. It's about
very-
$1,000.
Yeah, it's very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what we did is we just reached Nepal and we shopped for all the gear from
Yeah.
there. So the summit suit, there's summit suit, which is obviously the full suit, it's down suit.
Yeah, down suit.
So we said we'll buy from there, and then you can, once you buy, like you can use it and then you can resell it.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then we bought that, and then we bought, we hired shoes.
Yeah.
You can-
So climbing boots, basically, they're known as
Insulation.
plastic boots or insulated boots.
Yeah.
With it basically protects your feet and keeps them warm, and the material, it's like a gaiter. It goes up to just below the knee, so it prevents any snow from entering into whilst you're climbing.
Yeah.
Crampons were provided.
harness.
So so harness, if you have a harness or you just get one, they provide a harness. Helmets, climbing helmets. The
Jumbo.
thing that we had to hire was we did not have extreme temperature sleeping bags, so we got those. If you have a down jacket, well and good. Otherwise, you also hire a down jacket, because they say temperatures could go below to minus 35 to minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Wow, is that at the summit or just on the way up?
Yeah, no, this is on the day of the summit.
Okay. So you get all your gears,
Yeah.
you're ready to climb. Is it like you have porters or
So we started our hike from very low level, probably
Yeah.
2,000
No,
meters.
500.
500
basis
meters.
hour was
Sorry,
500.
600
Yeah, we
meters.
said we-
Okay.
Yeah.
And then up to about
Base camp.
Kote was
3,000.
3,000 meters.
Yeah. Koto.
So till there we had some porters. Rest of the stuff came in jeeps up to that point, and then from there on, mules take everything up to base camp.
and during from 600 meters to 3,000, how many days?
What, 4 days? 4 days.
4 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just easy trekking.
That's just easy trekking because we had extra days, but you can even just drive by car to Koto.
Oh,
So we had extra days, so we're just like, we'll just hike. So we just hiked it, and it's all tea houses from Besisar to Koto, so it's not camping. So that was 4 days, and then from Koto till Phu was also tea houses, but now then you're gaining altitude.
Yeah.
They were long hikes, the
Okay.
2 days.
So people can actually drive till somewhere.
Yeah.
But you'd
Till
rather-
about 3,000 meters.
but
Yeah.
you'd rather hike maybe.
I think it's advantageous to ride. It's actually good because we were so well acclimatized.
Yeah.
So I think it really, really helped us.
And that ride is not pleasant.
Yeah,
it's
it's
very bumpy.
Very bumpy.
Quite heavy on your legs as well. And
Yeah.
I would rather be walking all that than
And as you're hiking, were there like many cars?
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
many.
Yeah. But I think it was around, there was a festival going on, an Indian festival.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's why we were kind of lucky because everyone was celebrating. So there's not that many cars at
Yeah.
that point. But yeah, generally there are so many cars.
So 4 days to get to Koto,
Go
Koto,
to
yes.
at about 3,000. Yeah.
3,000 meters. That's like the trailhead.
Yeah.
And then from there and on, hike.
So from there, the trek
Yeah.
sort of splits because it's a very popular trek to also Annapurna,
Yeah.
the circuit
Circuit.
trek.
Yeah.
And from there, everything takes a split. One goes towards Annapurna, and now one takes you to Himlung.
Himlung Himal.
Yeah.
Then you get to base camp. How is the setup there? Is it like just rocks, or is it like a lodge?
So
No.
the base camp is actually on grassland, so
Yeah.
that's really good. The terrain, normally other mountains it's on like scree or rock,
Yeah.
which is not comfortable, but Himlung is comfortable because it's on grassland.
Yeah.
And then they just have a big dinner tent where you have your breakfast, lunch, dinner. And we were all given a single tent. So that's your home for like 15 days.
So you reach base camp and stay for 15 days.
Yeah, because now we have to do rotations. See, from base camp, you go up to, there's camp 1, camp 2. So you have to do rotations.
That's going up.
Yeah, you
coming
go up to
down.
camp 1, you come back down, you rest for a day or 2. Then you go for camp 1, you stay the night there. You go up to camp 2, the following day, you come back down to base camp,
Okay.
spend another 2 days, like just acclimatizing, resting. And then you do the final push to summit. So camp 1, you stay a night. Camp 2, you stay a night. And then you attempt summit. Then you come back to camp 2, spend the night, and then drop to base camp. So base camp was literally our base for everything. Yeah.
And then how is it staying there that long? How like the cold?
So it's up. If you are familiar with Everest Base Camp and how the setup is, it's the same concept. That's how the tents are set up. Clients' sleeping tents are a bit further away from the main dining tent,
Yeah.
and there's a kitchen tent,
Yeah.
and then there is a washroom.
Yeah.
And weather-wise, I think on the initial days we got
Weather-wise,
snow on
in
the first day.
First week it was cold. Generally it was cold.
Yeah.
It was like it got up to like -20 at base camp.
Yeah.
Snowfall. And then after that it was really pleasant. It started becoming hot. All the snow was melting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good like that.
So like after the rotations, did you have any problems then, or everything was just going as planned?
We all have different stories.
And the main thing, so before we even start the rotations, there is a traditional ceremony that they do. It's like a prayer,
The puja.
the
Puja.
puja, where they ask for permission, blessings of the mountain, a safe
mountain.
passage. There was something very unique, nice to experience. We've always seen it on these Everest expeditions.
Yeah.
So it was something interesting to witness and be part of.
Yeah.
Lasted about 1 hour.
Yeah.
And
Or the whole ceremony is 1 hour.
yeah,
Oh, no, it was actually a bit more, no?
more
Because like
Yeah.
I've always seen like they throw. Is it
Yeah.
like
Rice.
snow? Rice.
Rice.
No, it's
Rice.
rice.
Ah, okay.
Rice.
Yeah.
the mantras were so soothing to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
then
the
we have
whole-
to put our gear, our shoes, helmets, harnesses, everything. Everything needs to be blessed.
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, there's a whole ceremony about it. That was really good.
So all your gear, food, items, anything that is being used for the expedition is
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
Blessed.
yeah.
Yes.
And the climbers too.
Yes. And the climbers.
Of course.
Yes.
So is this like something that everyone does together, or is this like per expedition
So
team?
per team.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone in the team
Yeah.
does it together. That's
Yeah.
the chef, assistants, all the guides, all the climbers. So
Yeah.
everyone together as a team does the puja.
Yeah. But if there is another group that is also climbing
Present.
the same peak, they will have their own puja.
Separate. Yeah.
A separate puja.
Yeah.
And
And I
how is the feeling? Like, is it like,
think for that one, I think
Yeah.
when the puja happened is when I got the chills. I was like, oh my God, this is real. We're attempting a 7,000. There's something wrong. Like you actually feel like,
That's
what
when
have we
reality
put
hits you.
ourselves in?
like
That
we're going?
you have to now go.
Yeah.
Because the puja is the day before the climb.
Well,
No, it's
at the
so
beginning.
Oh, it's at the
when,
beginning.
When you
we
hit base
reach,
camp.
base camp, it's the day after that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
So-
before we do our rotations, everything. Yeah, so that's when it hits you. Like, what have we put ourselves into? What have we signed up for? But it's such a nice spiritual feeling you get
Yeah.
because Himalayas is very spiritual anyway. Like once you're there, you just feel different. And then the best part was we were disconnected completely because we didn't have network at all. There was absolutely no network. So we're disconnected for about 15 days from our families, friends, everybody. Yeah. I mean, they had a satellite phone, if anything, but I think we just kept it going. We just enjoyed it.
Disconnected for a whole 15 days. I would suffer.
That's what you think,
No,
but
it's-
it really goes quickly.
Oh, really?
Really, yeah.
So like this puja, wow. So like afterwards you start your rotations. How is it like? Let's say going to what's the
So-
elevation at
So
base camp?
that same day, we just then everyone checks their gear.
Yeah.
You just try and fit on the boots. Try it out. They were small.
Hills.
Hills with snow and stuff. So you just go and try up your ropes, your jumar,
Mostly training.
harness, training,
Training.
just a warm up.
Yeah, just for the mountain.
Just
Yeah.
getting used to your gear, your jumars, harnesses, safety, ropes,
The-
and all that.
Just a few.
The height
trails.
was 4,850 at base camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And camp one.
Camp 1 is around 5,200. And camp 2 is just about 6,000 meters.
I know there's Camp 3 as well, but we couldn't stay at Camp 3 because the snow levels were so high.
Yeah.
So they tried to see if we could put our tent there, but they were sinking. It's like one of the guides actually sunk to his neck in
Really?
the snow. So I said, you know what, we can't stay at Camp 3. So then now, obviously the summit push is going to be a longer one from 6,000 straight to 7,000, which is obviously quite hard on the body as well.
How long does it take? Like let's say base camp to camp one. Like let's say when you're doing the summit push.
So base camp to camp 1. So from base camp, you have to cross a glacier.
Yeah.
And that's a rock and ice glacier.
Yeah.
And that glacier is moving constantly.
Yeah.
You can hear rock falls every now and then. So crossing that first time took us long, around 3 hours.
Yeah.
Once you reach the end of the glacier, you have to climb a rockfall. So rockfall cliff wall. And that is dangerous because each person has to go separately and the guy behind has to be careful with the rocks because there is always rockfall. The rockfall doesn't hit them. So that was roped as well. And then after you've reached the top of the rockfall, then it's just a 2.5 hour climb to Camp 1.
So that's like 1 day's work.
Yeah.
And not to forget, you're coming back down the same day, back to base
Oh.
camp. Yeah.
Yeah,
And since it had snowed that time, there was a lot of snow on up to camp 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the first rotation, we actually couldn't even hit Camp 1.
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously because of the time, and we're just trying to still get familiar with everything. There's a lot of ice.
Yeah.
I mean, snow. So it took time, of course.
How many rotations do you need? Like
2.
So we did 2 rotations.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the third was the final push now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does the guide decide like, okay, now you're ready, let's go, or it was up to you?
So obviously the Sherpas are monitoring everyone and how the performance of the group is ongoing, how bodies are getting used to the rotations, and not to forget again, weather forecast is being followed by them. So there's a window which you have to try and target.
Yeah.
And our target was actually 31st March, 1st April
Okay.
Yeah.
for the summit push.
Yeah, summit push was 31st and 1st. Because the guide said from 2nd April,
Yeah.
it's going to be snowfall and high winds. So need
We had to do it
that.
before.
So from the base camp, now this is summit push. So how was it like? How many days to get the summit? Like day 1?
See, so for the summit push, you go base camp to camp 1.
Yeah.
But now the good thing was we were so used to the route of camp 1.
It was
And then the
fast.
snow had also, like everything had melted as well. Like quite a bit had melted. So it felt obviously more comfortable in terms
Yeah.
of crossing. Like the first part of crossing the rock and ice glacier, as you said, it felt much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first time we did it, 3 hours. Second time, 1.5 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. So we got used to it.
Yeah.
Because you know the route then.
Yeah.
So you're just going,
And I think you also become confident.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for first time you're climbing and at the same time you're hearing rocks falling.
Yeah,
like,
everything is freaky.
okay.
Yeah, and then you go up to camp 1, you spend the night there. And now obviously it's obviously getting colder, and
Yeah.
now we're all sharing tents. You know, at base camp we all had our own individual tents.
Yeah.
But now from camp 1, firstly we're carrying all our clothes, what we need.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the guides help in carrying the down suits and all, down suits and like the boots and stuff.
Yeah.
But the rest of the stuff we're all carrying by ourselves, like our snacks and whatever we need extra. So we're carrying it by ourselves. So obviously our day packs are also heavier now. And then we spend the night at camp 1. Then obviously the
You're
following
sharing tents. How many per tent?
2.
2.
They're really small tents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really nice and cozy. They're all insulated, so it's really nice.
And it's advisable. They
Yeah.
say it keeps
For
you
the
warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also in the event a fellow climber is maybe having any issue at night,
Yeah.
at least there's someone else beside you in the
Okay.
tent
To
to
check up on
To
you.
help
help out or anything. But if you're on your own, anything can go wrong.
Yeah. And the guides wouldn't even know then.
And then high up there is what's the washroom situation there?
So washroom situation is camp 1.
Great.
Just go do it behind larger rocks.
Okay.
You know, camp 2, because there's a lot of snow, just dig up the snow
Yeah.
and just go do your business there. Yeah, but you do. I mean, at first it's weird, very weird, but afterwards you get
When
used
nature
to it.
calls,
Yeah.
nothing stops.
So summit
Yeah.
push, go to camp 1, spend the night.
Then camp
Next
2.
day, camp 2.
Yeah, camp 2 we reach in good time, like around 1 o'clock or something. We started at about 8 a.m. or something
Yeah.
like that, from camp 1 to camp 2.
Right.
Then we reach by afternoon, and then we can rest. And because now we have to start the summit push early at about 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, we started really early.
Because you couldn't spend the night at camp 3.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
couldn't spend the night at camp 3. Plus, it's advisable, obviously, to walk at night because of it's ice at that point, because the temperatures
So
are
yeah,
dropped.
the ice freezes, so it's
Yeah.
better to walk when the ice is frozen.
Okay.
It's easier to walk.
And the setup at Camp 2 is beautiful because it's in a plateau. So and the peak is just there. You can
Oh, you
just
can
see
see
it
it.
where you're
It's
going.
Yeah,
it's so
Yeah,
daunting.
even though like you're cold,
Yeah,
Like a
you
big-
just stare
At
at
least you
it.
can- yeah.
It's so near yet so far. It's very, very intimidating.
So now from Camp 2, you start now for the summit at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Yes.
And the targeted time to summit is
Their target time is about
Noon.
11 a.m. 12 noon.
so a good
Yeah.
12 hours. So how is it like now?
Good 14
From
hours. So it's obviously, I think he knows best.
It's long. So basically, you start at 6,000. So Camp 3 was at 6,200, where
Wow.
we were meant to start from. So we walked till there, which is around 4 hours or 3.5, 4 hours. That's the base of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, all of us were shocked. We just look up, it's just like a wall.
Okay.
And the guide says, okay, now we start Jumaring.
All the way up to the summit.
And yeah, I asked him,
Jumaring is like
Jumaring
Yeah.
is just pulling your, like going up and then
So you're
cramponing up.
so it's basically a rope, a
Yeah.
fixed rope,
Mhm.
where then there's a device called a Juma.
right.
So what happens is, and there is a safety device as well with a carabiner attached to the rope. So what it does is, as you climb, you move with that device such that it keeps locking at intervals. In the event you fall or something happens, the Jumar will keep holding you in that same location.
Position, yes.
Yeah,
so you won't
position.
fall, basically.
And
You
it
won't
also
fall.
makes it easier for you to climb with your crampons because lock, then you can climb up. And then again, you put it up and lock and you can climb up.
And it's steep. So you're just looking down and
Kid
So
you
that's
not.
why we were. That's why they try and make you climb at
At
night, so
night.
you're
So you don't know.
you're
Yeah.
literally you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
And then you can
Oh, yeah, you can
imagine,
see,
1,000 meters, you're climbing at an angle of almost 70 degrees.
And some places reaches 85
80.
degrees. You're like, what?
It's literally a wall.
And at the base, we took a break. So we're asking the guide. So he just tells us to start Jumaring. And we're like, so we'll be able to break. He's like, no, now the next break is at the summit. We're like, what?
Because there's no flat bit
you
anywhere.
can't stop and have a
There's
You
no
can't
flat.
stop.
Yeah, there's no flat place. It's just
And
Steep.
if you try to take a break,
you're using energy.
You're gonna
you're
slip
at an
down.
angle, your calf muscles are working overtime.
Because if you want to take a break, you need to put your crampons stuck to the ice and make sure you don't slip.
What about overtaking someone else?
I mean, it's possible because at some point we all had to. So it's possible, like you just have to be a bit careful. You just obviously go closer to the person, put your safeties. You just at that point I think you just use your safety, your carabiners, which is used for safety. You don't use a Jumar, of course, but you just have to be careful. You just have to hold on to the rope or
You
something.
need to get off the rope, sort of,
Yeah.
and try and get your safety and your
Pass
Juma
the
ahead of
other guy.
the
Yes.
person you want to pass.
Yeah.
Also, getting off the rope, you still have to have like some safety.
Yeah, there's a safety which is like a small sling, sort of. Yeah, sling that's connected to your harness, and then you put it on the rope. That's fixed.
Sounds scary.
Yeah, he knows better.
But the most
so chill.
the most important is before any of this even happens.
Yeah.
A day when we were actually
Yeah.
doing our first rotation
Yeah.
to Camp 1, that is the day the Sherpas were actually fixing the rope
Lines.
ahead of us so Camp 1 onwards, Camp 2 up to summit.
So they're checking the route and they make sure it's all fixed and safe.
So the other thing is this mountain hadn't been climbed in the past 3 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah, because of COVID. So now everything has changed on the mountain, and there are no fixed lines, nothing. So our Sherpas are the ones who actually opened the mountain for us.
Oh, yeah, the first ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so they actually opened the mountain. They actually went up to fix the lines.
Wow.
Yeah, and luckily we had one of the strongest Sherpas with us who actually did most of the job.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he couldn't go all the way to the summit to fix it. But then, I mean,
Because one of his Sherpa colleague got sick
yeah.
midway, so they had to come back down. So he could only fix till like about 7,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And all this time, no oxygen, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had our guides were carrying supplementary oxygen for us.
Okay.
But they also advise that, you know what, if you can go without oxygen, it's better because it affects your throat.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Makes it dry. I
Makes
mean,
it really dry.
when you take in oxygen, your throat literally becomes dry.
Okay.
And somehow we all managed without any oxygen.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Although it wasn't easy, let me be honest with you, especially the last 100 meters. It was not easy at all because now you take 5 steps, you're completely breathless. It takes you another 5-10 minutes to recover.
Yeah.
And yeah, that just goes on and on and on. And it took long. Like the last 100 meters were the toughest, I believe. I don't know about
And the last bit, you think you reach the summit,
Yeah.
you have to cross a crevasse.
at an angle of
And you're
70
like,
degrees.
Seriously?
A crevasse.
A crevasse at an angle. So you're literally
To reach the summit, yeah.
You're also at an angle because now you're walking this way.
Yeah.
And then there's a crevasse. And I'm like,
So
wow.
it's like you hop or you.
I don't know what you do.
You have to do a long stride
Yeah.
and then hold on to the rope so tightly and then make sure
And pull
you
yourself up.
pull yourself up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes like all the energy out of you.
And yeah, and then literally it's 5 steps to the summit.
My goodness.
And that takes long. Like you think 5 steps would take you what, less than a minute? Less than half a minute?
Yeah.
That thing takes about at least another good 5-10 minutes.
5
Because-
steps.
Yeah.
Literally 5 steps.
Because your actions after 7,000 become slower. Your talking gets slower. Your normal body actions get slower. So even your walking gets very
How
slow.
are you like relating with each other? Like, would you get like irritated? I know people get irritated because of altitude.
So
Yeah.
so how it worked was we were how many were we? We were a few.
6.
Each one of us had one Sherpa. So it's the Sherpa, climber. So everyone was actually sort of spread out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we were just doing our own things.
So he was with the main guide the guide who fixed the ropes.
Yeah.
He was with him.
Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So them obviously they knew their way up. I mean we all knew our way up.
And like at some point, did you want to give up or?
It didn't really
Huh?
come across.
That thought never crossed my
Because
mind.
you're so busy climbing, you're so
yeah.
busy concentrating, you're trying to breathe first of all.
And you're wondering when is that angle going to reduce?
Yeah.
And it just goes on and on and on.
Because you want to see the other side. And it just was never ending.
Yeah. And then for me, so him and his Sherpa were ahead of us.
Yeah.
And then there's another Sherpa and another climber in the middle. So now the other climber wasn't feeling too well. So he
Yeah.
decided, okay, at about 6,900, he said that, you know what, I think I'll just make a decision to turn back. So he was turning back and then I was the third one.
Yeah.
And my guide is like, okay, so, time is not on our side. I think we should just turn back. And then I'm thinking, I was like, no, he's in front. He's not been told to turn back. So I just told my guide, like, politely, I was like, you know what, let's just go till where we can.
Yeah.
At least we reach, even if it's 7,000, we reach. And then we'll see what goes on. And then we go closer to them. And I don't know, our guides were discussing something. And we're like, okay, I hope they're not saying that, we turn back. Back in your head, as I told you, something is
Yeah.
on the mind.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've done all that. You can't just not go to the summit. And then our guys talked and I thought, okay, you know what? It's going to be a very heartbreaking decision. I was already trying to mentally prepare myself. I was like, they're just going to tell us to turn back. And then next thing you see his guide remove a rope. And I'm like, this is, yeah, we're like, yes, you just get a sudden burst of energy for like a few seconds. And then they start heading to the summit and obviously we follow.
Awesome.
I think that was,
And
yeah.
you submitted.
Yeah, we ended up, I looked at my guide, I was like, look, we ended up here rather than back down.
Yeah, congrats to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then he came as well, but a little later, but he came. Yeah.
So Neil,
Yes.
and then you. Hetal.
Yeah.
And then Hemal.
And me.
Hemal came way after because when we were me and Hetal were going down, well, seeing Hemal climbing up,
Yeah.
and we just like good luck. And
Oh, you didn't summit all three.
No,
I mean,
we didn't.
Everyone
Unfortunately,
differently.
Yeah. As I said, all of us have different stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we probably have the same stories. He has a complete different story.
yeah,
So how was it like back there? Like,
So for us, because we were with two Sherpas and 3 of us climbing, and we saw something happening ahead with them. And I think you guys came across a crevasse.
yeah.
So there was like some time spent there on which is the safest route to take to cross the crevasse. And then one of our guys was also coming with us. At some point, we decided, okay, we're going to just move across ahead of him.
Yeah.
And then Sita and we carried on.
Yeah.
These two were coming. There was a Sherpa behind us and another climber behind us.
Yeah.
And there was one Sherpa who just sped off in front.
Okay.
So yeah, we were at some point, we were literally just Sita and we were just the other climber from UK. We were
Yeah.
just pushing. Few steps, take a break, few steps, take a break. And then we met them, congratulated them and carried on.
At that point, you're seeing them come down.
Yeah.
You're like, I have to go up. Continue.
Well, we were
Yeah.
so happy that
Yeah.
they made it.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah. No one knew what to expect, to be
And
honest.
and then at the crevasse again, I tried step.
Oh.
That step resulted in a slip
Oh my
and a
goodness.
slight fall into the crevasse, and then the Sherpa came.
Okay.
Just it's like, just put in some effort and just gave me his hand, and then I was up.
Were you scared at that point?
No, at that point,
Yeah, there.
you're just there.
Like 5 steps away, literally.
Yeah, and it's quite windy up there at the summit. So
Strong
again,
winds.
you just want to take your pictures and just out.
yeah. Maximum you can stay 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
I saw a photo of the summit. Like, it looks so nice, like clear.
You can see the whole
Yeah.
Tibetan plateau.
We got a good clear day.
Yeah.
So we were lucky.
Really lucky.
And it was quite warm. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, even in the downsuits, they're so comfortable. You get the right gear, your climb automatically becomes a
Yeah.
comfortable climb.
Just the winds were pretty cold, but then it was fine because the sun was out.
Yeah.
And then it was fine.
And then, you reach the summit. You just try to, settle, calm down a little, because obviously there's that adrenaline in you, right?
Yeah.
And then we have Neil who's like, oh, so that's Shishapangma, that's Cho'oyu. I was like, how do you even know this? I was just there, I was just,
But it's pretty cool because Himlung is at the edge of the Himalayas. It's like the last mountain at the Himalayas. Then as
Nepal.
soon as Himlung, the other side is Tibet. And this side is the Himalayas. So you get to see Himalayas on one side, and the other side you get to see Tibet. That is Arctic desert, meaning it's just brown. So one side is white,
yeah.
snow, ice, mountains, and the other side is just brown. And then just like a few mountains rising from the Arctic desert. So it's really nice.
So from the summit, you can see Shishapangma.
Yeah, you can see Annapurna 1, 2, Dhaulagiri, Shishapangma, Cho'oyu.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your favorite one, you forgot. Or her favorite one.
Which one?
Which one? Nimjung?
Oh, Namjung was
Namjung.
just there.
Namjoon was in our face the
Yeah.
whole time.
Nimjung, how high is that?
It's
7140.
Yeah. So it's actually right next to Himlung.
Yeah.
It's
But
in the
it's-
same range as Himlung.
Yeah. but it's not that popular. Well,
It's a very
nobody has
difficult
climbed
mountain.
it, I think.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So like Himlung, 7,126 meters.
yeah. So,
Amazing.
yeah, it was
So-
really good.
So you've done this 7,000. Any plans for 8,000?
It's there in the mind.
Of course.
Yeah.
Obviously.
The seed has been planted
Yeah.
by the guides, not
Oh, by the guides,
Well, they are the
really?
ones that are like, oh yeah, you should do this. They're like, 7,000. You know how it feels.
Because the way you explained, like you did it relatively, like
Smoothly.
yourself, like no sickness, you're
Touch wood.
healthy,
Yeah, we were just very lucky.
you ate well.
Yes.
What do you eat at 6,000 meters? You know?
So
Hot
you
noodle
eat,
soup.
so breakfast is porridge or muesli,
Yeah,
and they give you black tea,
yeah.
and then for lunch and dinner is like pasta, fried rice, noodles, veg noodle soup. So yeah,
This is vegetarian.
yeah.
Well,
They do
We are
also.
vegetarian.
We
Oh,
are
okay.
vegetarian, but for non-veg there is also what was a soup with yak meat and
Yeah,
chicken
beef
and
all
tuna.
that.
Salami
And
and stuff
salamis,
like
yeah.
that.
Okay. So it's still okay, let's say, for some people to eat meat.
Yes.
Yes. They recommend it actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
In fact, the guides
It's-
were all eating.
They were all eating meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
And then, like, oh, I'm curious about like the downsuit. How do you layer up?
So
Uh,
I just wore a thermal,
Pair of thermals.
pair of thermals,
Top and bottom.
and that was it. And the
Summit
a pair of
socks.
Summit socks.
one pair.
Yeah, and for gloves, it was just a liner of gloves and mittens. That was about it.
But our mittens were really, really thick.
Okay.
And quite insulated as well.
Yeah.
So that really, really helped us.
Because the risk of frostbite.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the good thing is our Sherpa actually saw all the gear.
Yeah.
And he was
Before we
there,
bought. Yeah.
and he actually checked everything in detail so that to ensure that we have the right gear. Even the ones that we hired or whatever we bought was with him.
He actually came with us to
Yeah.
buy.
Okay.
Yeah. Because obviously we had no experience whatsoever. We didn't know where to buy, where mainly to buy
Yeah.
from. And they obviously have their own friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So they can actually take you to the good shops and they actually guide you really well.
And the critical gear, of course, is the downsuit,
Mittens.
the mittens.
And the climbing boots, 8,000. Because you can't use just any climbing boots. It's the 8,000 meter ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to use the climbing boots.
Okay.
So
Not to forget the main thing, protection for your eyes.
Yeah.
If you are not going to see, you're not going to climb.
Because you and I wear specs. So how is
So
that?
we actually got numbered
Category 4.
Cat 4 sunglasses.
Prescription.
Yes. And they did wonders.
Yeah, I think that was life saving.
Yeah.
That really was, because the glare is crazy. Because first of all, the sun was out and it's full snow and ice that we're hiking on. Oh, not hiking, climbing on. So yeah, the glare was really much. So it really helped.
The sunglasses, do you get them here or at Nepal?
Both.
Okay.
You can visit
If
any
you have
optician.
prescription, obviously that's gonna be more personalized.
Yeah.
If you don't, like he doesn't.
Like, I got my
It's just us.
summit glasses from here,
Okay.
from Outdoora. Outdoora, it's in Thika Road.
Yeah.
They have a shop. We got a lot of stuff from there. Like we got a woolen hat
Yeah.
that really helped. Thermals we got from there. Ski goggles, normal sunglasses we got from there. And also trekking pants we got from there. So they do sell good stuff.
And then, like, I'm really concerned. Like, the mittens, you just have to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can either order from abroad but the important thing is you need to try them on. They fit your
Size.
size, or you get the right size for your hand. You just don't want to buy something that is big or small or you're not comfortable with.
And how is it like at the summit? Like, how do you take your photos? Do you remove your mittens? And
Yeah.
so for the
Quick
few
remove.
seconds, it's okay.
Yeah.
For a few seconds it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Or you can
But you have
give your
liners as well.
you can give
Yeah.
your phone to the Sherpa. They can take for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they take a lot of photos,
Yeah,
videos.
yeah. No, he did as well on his
Okay.
GoPro.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
you can see some videos.
Yes.
Soon.
Yeah.
Do you post them like, is it for yourself or?
No, I have basically. I've not yet posted them,
Yeah.
but I'm just like finalizing the pictures and all. But yeah, I've made a video. I'll share it with you, like just the highlights of the trip, and I'll share it with you.
Awesome. So like, when's this 8,000 meters?
It's quite costly.
Okay, yeah, it is. Like, especially Everest.
Everest,
Yeah.
but to be fair, for me, Everest is not even on the plan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not
Generally,
Everest.
anything above 7,000 is quite costly. So you need to plan yourself financially if you want to do any of these peaks.
Yeah.
So since now we need to, if we decide to do something, we need to start
Yeah.
earning some bucks.
Saving.
Like, what would be the budget for 7,000? Let's say for people to plan.
I think probably about
$8,000.
on the high 20
7 to 8. No, for 7,000.
For 7,000.
7,000. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
8 to
about
10.
$8 to $10,000.
$10,000.
So
Yeah.
10,000, that's for the trip itself and gear.
And flights.
Flights and
Everything
flights.
included, everything. That's on the higher side though,
Yeah.
but around about that, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was quite a commitment because for 2 years, no one had climbed. And
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
the first to say, like, this better work.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice because obviously our Sherpa opened the mountain and then us Kenyans opened it.
Yeah. And we opened the climbing season, so now
We opened the season
Everyone-
actually.
after us, you'll be using the same ropes
Yeah.
to get to the
Yeah.
So
summit.
you
So
helped climbers.
yes.
Yeah, and they actually
credit.
record everything. They actually issue you with a climbing permit and all
okay.
that.
The
And then
tourism board.
after the summit, again you have to submit pictures, and then they issue you with a certificate,
Certificate.
and they close off the file. They actually allocate a liaison officer for that expedition. They actually interview you to record about the expedition.
Or if you actually submit it.
Yeah.
wow.
So it's quite different.
Process, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is. And in fact, the liaison officer is also supposed to come and stay at base camp just to see whether we're actually genuine or not. Yeah. So it's
So you
interesting.
give a photo evidence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
Because there have been cases where, say, some companies take on a group of 8 or something, 6 have submitted, but the other 2 are fake people, and they actually get summit certificates for them,
Yeah.
and they've never climbed it. They didn't even go for the trip, so that's why now they send a government liaison officer to check if these are actually the number of people
Legit.
have gone,
Yeah.
and there's actually climbing happening there.
Yeah.
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 So it's not Everest. So let me take a guess.
Not K2.
And, and maybe you don't want to say it here, or maybe you can just nod for me.
To be honest, it's not finalized. We don't know which peak.
But I think because now Choyu, no one can climb there yet.
Show you people can, but it's just hard to get the permits.
Yeah.
But after that, the most suitable would be Gasherbrum 2.
Okay.
It's quite safe, one of the most safest 8,000 meters.
Okay. That's in Pakistan.
Yeah, Pakistan. Less avalanches, or sometimes no avalanche at all. Only factor is cold. You have to factor in the cold, but that's on every mountain. And just weather. Or then it's the safest. Also, the route is quite doable. Like
Gasherbrum.
Gasherbrum. They have 4 camps, I think. So even to summit is not a long way once you reach.
You've done your homework.
Yeah.
Although I read somewhere, Choyu, they're planning to open a route up from Nepal.
Yeah.
Because right now it's from Tibet.
Yeah, here like
Yeah.
it's normally like the entry level.
So they want
Awesome.
to because from Tibet side it's quite costly as well. So Nepali climbers, Sherpas are really pushing to try and open up a route from Nepal side.
What about Manaslu?
Yeah, Manaslu is the next one, which is much better to do in Nepal.
Yeah.
It's quite safe as well. Just a bit semi-technical,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Yeah, because I hear that's now the proper entry level.
It's
Yeah.
actually the next
After 7,000,
popular one
next
after
one.
7,000 that most people do.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure 2023.
No, that's too soon.
2022. You have the
20
suits
is
and
too
everything.
No, so for me, for me, I had a down jacket and a down trouser.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I think when I was coming down, just exhausted, sat somehow wrongly and the crampon tore the down trousers.
Yeah.
So it's gone. It's done. The feathers out.
Really? Oh my.
Down jacket was fine, but anyway, let's see.
Yeah, there's a time I bought a jacket, and then the feathers came out like
It's
the next day.
really,
It's so
really-
annoying.
Yeah,
Delicate.
once they are out, that's it. Unless
Yeah.
they
Can't patch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to really be careful. I mean, even if they can patch it, it's not going to be the same. Like, it's probably not going to provide you as much warmth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't know. Let's see. Let's see
So, what are your
next.
plans for the rest of the year then?
No plans as of yet.
Yeah.
Still trying to get over this.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, this
because
is
you
a
came back
high.
last week
Yes. Yes.
as the
It's
time
quite
we're
fresh.
recording this.
For me, I don't know. I want to do a bit more. So I'm a diver as well. Scuba dive. I do a lot of, not a lot, but I do scuba diving.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do a bit more of advanced diving. I don't know if it's going to be possible. But yeah.
That means diving deeper.
Yeah, now going down. Yeah,
Amazing.
let's see how it goes. But
Okay.
yeah, just take it as it comes.
Nice. This has been a nice podcast. You know, like Hetal was like one of the most requested
Oh, wow.
people that people wanted to see.
She's a star.
She's a
She's a
celebrity.
legend.
Yeah, celebrity.
Yeah.
No. Everyone's a legend on their own.
No, but I would like to say I think the most important thing about the expedition is the entire team.
Yeah.
You know, it's not only the Sherpas, but we have porters, we have chefs, we have helpers,
Yeah.
we have the camp manager.
Yeah.
I mean, without them, everything would not be possible.
For sure.
Yeah.
Those
And
guys put in some
they-
serious hours.
yeah, they do a lot of the work. They make it easier for us to climb. So if the fixed ropes weren't there,
Yeah.
for sure it would be a very technical mountain. Because of the fixed ropes, it's become semi-technical or not even technical, because then you're just climbing. So, and also you need to respect the mountain, always respect
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Take it
Because
easy.
food, water, I mean, boiling snow in higher camps to
All
drink.
right, you boil snow.
It's I mean, and to ensure your meals are on time, to keep everyone in check.
Yeah.
It's no easy task.
Because it's hard enough doing in Mount Kenya, Kilimanjaro.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
imagine high up there.
I mean, okay, in all fairness, we all have 8 to 5 jobs. And it's not our daily thing. So obviously we are completely out of our comfort zone. So, I mean, for them to handle us, it's not an easy task.
And
But-
also, like, sorry?
No, that's what I'm just saying. So then obviously, even as high climbers or hikers or whatever, even we should understand that, you adjust yourself to whatever the situation is. You don't take things for granted just because you've paid your bucks. It doesn't mean you're going to get everything at yourself. That's not even right, because I mean, even they are human enough,
Yeah.
like there's just enough they can do to make you comfortable. It's supposed to be in our minds as well that, be calm and just adjust to whatever situation there is.
Yeah, be realistic.
Yeah, be
And
realistic.
I guess respect is both ways.
Yeah.
The moment you are friendly, you're respecting them as well.
Yeah.
You will see the same coming back to you. And within a few days, we were all like family. Yeah, it was like one big family up there.
Yeah. So for like 3 climbers, how big was the team?
No,
So we were
Oh,
6
4
climbers.
Okay.
There was another
2.
guy from UK and one more from Australia. So there
They joined our
was
team.
6 guides and how many? 4. 1 chef, 1 assistant chef, and 2 helpers,
And one camp
and
manager.
1 camp manager. yeah.
Yeah.
So total
11 of
team
them.
was 11 and 6 climbers.
Okay. And also the team itself, like you have to like trust each other.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to gel in. You have to
And for
hate.
us, since we have never met the 2 foreign climbers
Yeah.
who joined us,
Yeah.
everything worked out.
Yeah, they were fantastic. Yeah, it was really easy to gel along with everybody. So it was nice.
So what would you say, like, for someone aspiring to do like a 7,000 meter?
Just go for it. It's mind over matter.
Mind over
Yeah,
matter.
you can do it. It's not impossible.
As long as you've trained well, you
Yeah.
know your body, and you can
As
do
long
it.
as you have a positive attitude as
Yeah.
well, go for it. Yeah.
The scenery will keep you going, even if
Yeah, the
at
views.
any point you're feeling, no, it will just block. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much to see.
Yeah.
You will just feel like carrying on and doing more and more.
Yeah, I think people tend to overthink about all these things.
Mhm.
But once you're in it, you just go with the flow and you're fine. Yeah.
Just
Just
go
flow.
hope for the best.
Yeah, you just go with a positive attitude. Just take it really slowly because obviously you need to acclimatize. I think that's key. You just go really slowly, hydrate yourself well, and you're fine.
One day at a time.
Yeah, one day at a time.
Enjoy it and carry on. I would say it's very important to have, is it what? Rescue cover, medical cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
For such
insurance. Basically, all your insurance has to be right. Global mountain rescue, travel insurance, medical insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that is important.
Because not all local covers or certain insurance covers takes into account such evacuations from mountains. They will not do it.
Yeah.
So you have to find a company that actually covers such adventures, expeditions, and it is important to actually have that because anything can happen on a mountain, and to get rescued or evacuated by a helicopter or something is very crucial.
And people do die there.
Yes.
I mean, we had somebody from our group who needed rescue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it took about 2 days for him to be rescued. But, I mean, eventually he was and he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's completely okay. But it still helps to have that cover.
Yeah.
It really helps. Really. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, this has been great. Thanks for
you.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this has been our first episode.
I know. Congratulations.
Congratulations on getting this journey started.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks.
it's
Very nice.
it will be an inspiration to many for all whichever guests you bring along. I mean, anything small,
Yeah.
it does
Everyone
play
learns
a very
from
big
each
role
other.
to
Yeah.
the public out there, and whoever wants to or has never looked into
Mountain.
any adventures or
Yeah.
anything will probably start or try give it a go, which is a big step.
Oh, and one more thing. All the best to James KG. Well,
Oh, yeah.
rooting for him.
Yeah,
Okay,
Well,
Jay.
rooting
go
for
KG.
him.
We have a Kenyan representing
it's
us
so exciting.
all the way to Summit.
So
Everest.
exciting. Yeah.
Cannot wait to see that
I
flag
know.
up there.
Because now it's April 18, so he'll probably summit on next month.
Next month or early
Because
June.
they will start
They'll
their rotations
they'll start
now.
rotations from Everest base camp. Yeah,
Mhm.
they'll do around 4 or
4
5.
rotations probably, yeah.
Those rotations take long for Everest because there are many camps, so
Yeah.
it does take long.
Wow. Yeah, all the best to him.
I know.
Yes.
So
Exciting
Having
times.
Yeah.
yeah, exciting times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, he's a god of mountains.
Yeah, his CV.
Yeah.
He's done Denali.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agua.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, are those in your plans even?
no plans at the moment. We see what to do next.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and then probably you'll see something somewhere.
Yeah.
It will give you a hint.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever hits our brain first is now next. We don't know what.
So Hetal, Himal, Neel, thank you for coming.
Thank you so
for
much.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah.
And that's episode 1. See you on the next one.
Yes.
Very nice.
Top up your glasses.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
How was that?
It's good.